Good evening, my Real News Media TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update. And in the news this evening, two brothers shot dead while playing dominoes in Westmoreland. The bloodletting continued in Westmoreland as the two brothers were shot and killed while playing dominoes at a shop in Burnt Savannah Frome in the parish on Saturday night. The deceased men have been identified as 44-year-old auto mechanic Damon Powell, otherwise called the Donkey Knee, and the 42-year-old businessman Colin Daly, otherwise called Gary, both from the community. A 61-year-old man was also shot and injured in the incident. It is reported that shortly after 9 p.m., the brothers were among a group of men at a shop playing dominoes when they were pounced upon by two men on a motorcycle. The men on the motorcycle opened the gunfire at the group of men, who ran frantically in different directions in fear of their lives. After the shooting subsided, Powell and Daly were found motionless, lying on the ground, suffering from what appeared to be gunshot wounds to their upper bodies, and another man was found suffering from a gunshot wound to his right leg. All three men were transported by the police to the hospital, where Daly and Powell were pronounced dead on arrival. The injured man was treated and admitted in stable condition. Two people, including teen, charged with stabbing a woman during argument. A bartender and a 17-year-old girl have been charged after they allegedly stabbed a woman in the face and the back during an argument in Cornwall District, St. Elizabeth on May 9. Charged are 19-year-old Sasha Sear Green of Slipe District in the parish and the teen girl. They have been charged with wounding with intent. It is alleged that about 4:50 p.m., Green and her co-accused visited a business establishment where an argument developed between them and a woman. The argument became physical, and the two accused used a knife and scissors to inflict stab wounds to the woman's back and face, a report said. She was assisted to the hospital where she was treated. Shortly after the incident, residents held Green and the teenager and handed them over to the police, where they were charged 2 days later, police said. A court date is being arranged for them. Residents mourn 3 victims of Westmoreland crash. 4 bloodied slippers, a black Adidas school bag, a blue water bottle, a pair of gloves, and a sea of shattered glass painted the grim picture of the scene in Little London, Westmoreland, that claimed the lives of 3 people Friday night. Alwyn Savario, 48 years old, his 14-year-old daughter Shanique, and Owen Barnes died tragically in the crash. The father and the daughter's trip to catch crabs and the Barnes traveled to visit his daughter were cut short. Savario and his daughter, who was a student at Godfrey Stewart High School, are said to have shared a close-knit relationship. They were pinned down in the vehicle they were traveling in, and they died together at the scene of the crash. Shanique was so close to her daddy, they had a close relationship. She really connected to her daddy, Tika Thomas, a cousin, told the news. She describes the father and the daughter as jovial, adding that Alwyn, a welder, was also hardworking. One resident in the Little London community described the aftermath of the crash that involved a Toyota Hiace bus and a Toyota Corolla motor car. Me hear the big blast, and when me come out, me see the crowd, and 3 men come out of the minivan and were rushed to the hospital. And me hear the little girl a bawl out, said the resident, who lives in close proximity to where the accident happened. She a bawl and push her foot too, and I try come out. She bawl till she dead in there. The distraught woman lamented as she described that Alwyn was also pinned down in the Toyota Hiace bus. According to the police, about 9:40 p.m., the Hiace bus and the motor car were traveling in opposite directions along the roadway when the 2 vehicles collided head-on. The police were summoned and the injured people were transported to the hospital, where the drivers of both the vehicles, along with Shanique, who was a passenger in the Toyota Hiace bus, were pronounced dead. A big disaster, them not take time, like the road a run left them. If them never go hard and them crash, it wouldn't look so bad. Why you have to handle the road so? The woman questioned. A businesswoman who identified herself only as a Peggy told the news about her friendship with Barnes. He's a jovial person, pleasant smile. Owen is my best friend, no joke about that. I miss him so much. Right now my eyes them are run tears from morning, she said. The businesswoman was particularly concerned about the number of fatalities in the Little London community. If an cow kill we a goat, and if an a goat a dog, it's like this community needs some prayers, the concerned woman stated. Meanwhile, counsel for the Little London division, Ian Miles, also voiced his concern with the number of accidents in the parish. "I'm saddened by the series of accidents that are taking place in the parish of Westmoreland, and the numerous fatal crashes as a result of these accidents. Just this week, 2 persons lost their lives in cave in the parish, and a 9-year-old girl was mowed down on the Little London main road, and last night 3 persons would have died," a distraught Miles noted. Miles stressed that the accidents are happening too frequently and appealed to the motorists to operate more cautiously and more responsibly on the roads. Police probing shooting death of 19-year-old music producer in Ocho Rios. The St. Anne police are probing Friday's shooting death of a teenage music producer at his home in Great Pond, Ocho Rios, St. Anne. The deceased is the 19-year-old Malachi James. Reports are that James and another individual were at the house at around midday on Friday when an armed man entered through a rear door on the building that had reportedly been left open. During the invasion, the intruder opened fire, hitting James multiple times. The other occupant of the house managed to escape unharmed. The gunman then fled the scene. James was transported to the hospital where he succumbed to his injuries while being treated. No motive has yet been established for the deadly attack. 3 charged with robbery of taxi operator in St. Andrew. 3 persons accused of robbing a taxi operator under the guise that they wanted to use his services have been charged by the Constant Spring Police in St. Andrew. They are 23-year-old welder Anthony Davis, construction worker Nimoy Robinson, 20, and 18-year-old Shanice Lynch, all from Denham Town in Kingston. They were charged on Friday with robbery with aggravation, possession of prohibited weapon, unauthorized possession of ammunition, and using a prohibited firearm to commit a scheduled offense. The incident happened along Cypress Drive in Red Hills, St. Andrew on May 4. The police alleged that about 8:30 p.m., a man who operates a taxi received a pickup request from Lynch. On arrival, Lynch, along with Robinson and Davis, entered the vehicle and allegedly held and robbed the complainant of his belongings. The man was told to run, and the 3 accused reportedly used the car to escape. A report was filed and the police quickly apprehended the attackers, a police statement said. The vehicle was searched and a .38 revolver containing 6 rounds was found. They were charged after a question and answer session in the presence of their attorney, the police said.